but he did a lot of damage. One of my best units, the Halberdiers, has lost almost 50 guys, I think. So that's quite a significant
So
problem.
what are you casting there?
So I'm casting the Net of Amintok, which is a 10-second hex that stops everybody in their tracks. Nobody in that zone can move. So that allowed me to gave myself time to fire on the giant, and that's the reason I did it there. Basically to slow them down so that some units hit my front line, that they don't all hit it at once, and allows me to get more shots in before they do. But you can see they very quickly, the Chaos Knights, like over on the left of it, engaged my cavalry. They haven't spotted my demigryphs, so my plan is to send my demigryphs out and around behind their artillery now and take out their artillery. Every shot they fire with their artillery is damaging my leadership, which is, you know, what morale used to be in the older games. So I don't want my guys to break and run away. You can see some of the guys are starting to run actually at the front. Because of the giant, that causes terror, and the trolls that are encroaching, that causes terror as well. So I brought Carl Franz up to use Stand Your Ground, which is basically just gives you an instant area of effect leadership buff, and also enhances defense and melee attacks. It's very, very strong, and you can use it over and over and over again after like a cooldown period. It doesn't affect the winds of magic.
Oh, you've got the Comet of Cassandora coming down.
So they were quite bunched up. I think they have a metal sorcerer in their army, and they were doing something. I'm not too sure what it was actually, but you can see the VFX. But they've all bunched up when they cast that ability, obviously to get the area of effect. But it was an opportune time for my Celestial Wizard to fire. Now their giant is actually broke and started to run away, but he could reform. So I got my Luminarch to fire on him.
Oh.
And it was a perfect hit. I think it actually brought him down to like 1 HP or something, and then one bullet knocked him down from one of my gunners. So that was really good.
That was nice. So you only seem to have one, maybe 2 units routing. I think one's come back to you now.
Yeah, so they're just routing. Hopefully, like these units that have like 40 in them that are running away, they should come back if they just get clear of the engagement for a while. So it's going okay. You know, it's going all right. We're holding our line here. Our spells have kicked off right.
So I don't know how you've done. I'm quite intrigued to see what the result of this
Well, I don't
battle
want to
is.
spoil it, so we'll just have to wait and see. But
Well, so far you're doing pretty well.
doing okay. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's quite tough. You know, I'm losing in some areas, winning in some others. Everybody's engaged somewhere, and the guys that are breaking, I'm trying to like reform them as quick as I can and bring them back in. My demigryphs now have just engaged their artillery, so hopefully their artillery will now be offline. You can see them out there. Yeah, one of them's actually gone. The other one's just about to go as well.
Excellent. So you've used a demigryph just to wipe them out. Oh, chariots in the rear.
That was a massive charge. So chariots have like insanely good, you know, like charge bonuses that just throw your units around. But there's only 4 in a unit, so. Oh, here I was actually really worried that Arcane was chasing down my Celestial Wizard.
He looks very afraid.
Yeah, he's going straight for him, and he actually like kicks him to the ground as well. So. He's in a spot of trouble, I would say. So I'm getting my gunners to fire on Archaon as much as I can. Their knights seem to have gotten the better of me over there as well. They're kind of now pushing into the center from behind, which is really, really dangerous.
That is a bold move from Archaon, just to come directly in. But
so it is, but he's much better than a wizard, you know, in combat. He's got a massive flame sword. So I was trying to quickly activate his Chain Lightning Vortex spell before he died, because I have a lot of Winds of Magic, and that's a very powerful spell. And I just managed to get it off before he kind of routed. So usually when you're in combat, it's very difficult to enable spells. That's why I had to click it a few times, and it did a good amount of damage, but then it kind of, you know, spooled off into the distance and didn't really hit anybody. So I brought my Celestial Wizard in and tried to activate his one, which is Banishment, which is just another vortex. Same thing kind of happened. You can see it in the distance there. It soaked up some units. It kind of pulls them up towards it, like similar to the Purple Sun.
Well, the vortex spells are very good against multiple units, especially in that kind of setup that you had there, where there's many units all piled in.
Yeah, so I'm getting a bit worried at this point. You know, a lot of areas are starting to break, but they're still kind of bunching up. So I activated those 2 vortexes really as a last-ditch effort to kind of annihilate that section, but they didn't quite go as well as they could have. They kind of